Let me see here if this is going to actually work. I should be live. Everybody who's here, if anyone's here yet, let me know. Oh, I can't sit that there. I have my phone on my pillow that I rest my arm on. For everyone who's watching back, this is the Rhyme and Reason Q&A stream. Lark isn't here at the moment. She had to go check the door real quick. As you can see, I have both. Well, I did have both. No, I don't want to try post editor. Tumblr. Hold on. I would really like to see. Okay. I have both ask boxes pulled up. Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm waiting on Lark. Lark had to go answer the door. It's completely fine. Stuff like that happens. I have the ask box pulled up for both of our blogs. I've scrolled down to the very bottom of our webcomic blog just so we can go over some of the fun lore we have actually behind all of our posts. The webcomic has only been up for a couple of weeks. I actually don't remember how long it's been up. I think for probably a month now it's been up. But we've been planning the story for Rhyme and Reason so much longer before. Hi, everybody. Everyone's pulling in. YouTube never tells me how much people are actually here, so right now it says there's 9 of you, which is completely valid. I would like Lark to be here. I'm very awkward on my own. I apologize. I know I act very tough and strong when I'm on the Discord server, but I promise all of the authority goes to River and Lark when it comes to keeping things in line. Okay. I'm gonna keep it right here. So people who haven't seen the webcomic, if you're new, hi Dandy, hello. Here are the characters. There's Birthday, she's a piñata. Maybe I could zoom in, actually. It is pretty much zoomed in on your feed, what you're seeing anyway. There's Wes, he's an ice cube head. There's Static, they're an alpaca. There's Macintosh, they're a therapy robot. And then there's Lottie. Lottie's a plant folk. He's an onion. Sorry, everyone who's coming in. It's only me right now. Lark had to go answer the door, like right when 4 o'clock hit, so I'm waiting for her to come back. If you can hear me okay, let me know. I did a test already to see if my voice would be fine, but I want to make sure it's okay for everybody who's here. Once again, for people who don't know what the webcomic is, Rhyme and Reason is a story about recovery from abuse. So if you're sensitive to topics that are about abuse or characters recovering from it, this might not be the webcomic for you. We will be discussing the situations the characters have been in. That includes stalking, religious trauma, and powerlessness in situations. I think that is the total of what we'll be going over today in detail. I make the webcomic on Fire Alpaca. I do small animations for the webcomic on Fire Alpaca. Birthday's design has changed so much. She used to be so much more lanky than she is now. I'm glad you guys can hear me. They're also stem boards. I actually heard recently that stem boards are considered like not cool anymore, which makes me kind of sad because I really do enjoy making stem boards for characters. I really wish they were not considered kind of unpopular now. I also wish the chat was synced up well. Let me go through some of these. Oh yes, this one was interesting. I want to talk about this for a second. When I designed Rhyme for the very first time, this was actually the first time I drew Rhyme like how you guys draw Rhyme. Rhyme's design has changed so much. I don't have the art I drew originally of Rhyme, but his cap here, this isn't the best example of what Rhyme is supposed to look like because he is blurred a lot here. But Rhyme's cap used to be up more prong-like for his prongs. So his hat has actually swooped back over the years because you guys, not years, month. See, I don't know if you can tell here, but his cap could not hold the prongs. And I discussed this with Lark. I was like, this isn't good because one of Rhyme's main designs, like points, was that he had charging prongs in his hat. And so I actually had to start making it canon that Rhyme's prongs go into his head when he puts his little cap on. Here it is. Here's the example. Yeah, so when Rhyme puts his cap on, the prongs go into his head. He looks like a rabbit here. One of the common nicknames Rhyme has currently in our small fan base in our Discord server is people have been calling him Skrunkly, and I'm not entirely sure what that means. I think they meant more like a tiny animal, like when you'd see a wet rat, maybe. Perhaps that's what a Skrunkly means. I'm not sure. So here's a fun fact. When I first started making Rhyme and Reason, I genuinely was only making it for me because of the topics in it. They are heavily based on things I've dealt with in my actual life. So when I write the characters, they all represent a different trauma response. There's fight, flight, freeze, and fawn, which you might go into in a traumatic situation. So when I write the characters interacting, mainly in the recent posts with the text messages, it helps me settle my thoughts on how to cope with some of the panic I have when still dealing with these situations. Rhyme is not representative of anybody in particular. Rhyme is actually representative of somebody who could be an abuser, just anybody in general, which is why one of the healing themes of Rhyme and Reason is that while Rhyme is presented as a villain through the perspective of Team Reason, which is, I'll put them up on the screen right now, the main characters, Rhyme is still very much a person. So Rhyme's backstory also ties in to how they how the story is going to progress with how the characters heal from what Rhyme did to them. For everyone who's new, so far in the story, what has been revealed that Rhyme has done is Rhyme has stalked, and Rhyme is a robot that was constructed from a factory called Toy. I won't go too far into what Toy is because the story is still very much in its prime with how we're developing it. I don't want to spoil anything. But Toy was not a very good company, and it is currently in canon disbanded because there are laws now about how robots deserve rights. I lost my train of thought. Rhyme, despite being a horrible person, I want to make it very clear, Rhyme is not a good person. While Rhyme does get a backstory and rights and will to speak on how he feels about everything, and while I do write it from Rhyme's perspective of anger and not understanding why he's being avoided or treated this way, quote, quote, by the other members, I don't want to say Rhyme deserves it because no one deserves what Rhyme has been through. Very much not so, but Rhyme kind of has gotten himself into some situations that he should not have gotten himself into. And while Rhyme is portrayed as an animal in a way, I guess that's the only way I can describe it, quote, animalistic feral, I've heard used, Rhyme being a little freak. Rhyme has emotions. Rhyme can be lonely, Rhyme can be angry, Rhyme can be reminiscing on things. Oh yeah, one of the backstories for this character, Wesley. Wes was and is still an avid churchgoer. Rhyme managed to break into the church when Wesley was watering the plant that he's in charge of as a key holder of the church. And Rhyme knew a lot about Christianity from one of his past partners, and acted out a communion sequence with Wes not very willing and very afraid about this person chasing him around, asking him to call him God. Rhyme did very, very, very bad things. Why Rhyme did this, the reason Rhyme did this will be gotten into eventually. There were some people that were mad because when I made this specific comic, it was about Rhyme, quote, dating Lottie's mother. That was... people were like, why is this canon? The reason it's canon is because I say so and because it was funny for me to draw. When I first made it, Lottie wasn't fully developed yet, so it's kind of sad looking back and realizing Lottie had to go through this after everything. But yeah, it's canon. Rhyme didn't actually, quote, date Lottie's mother. Lottie's mother is in the hospital, and Rhyme would visit her on a lot of occasions with flowers. If anything, it was a sweet old woman having to deal with a weird little man coming in every now and then. This comic here introduced the eyes. Our character Static deals with an entity that powers his electricity magic that he's had to carry with him for long periods of time, and actually managed to get him into some very bad situations with the church, which I'll get more into later. Here we see Macintosh asking Static about his mental state. Static at this point is still very snappy with Mac and all of his other roommates, but he wants Macintosh to assure him that the eyes he's seeing are a delusion, which they are not, and Mac does not know how to express that after they see the eyes and get freaked out and shut down from it. This is the first comic I actually did GIFs for because I felt like if I drew this scene, it wouldn't have had the same power. This is where people were starting to think twice about how they thought about Rhyme. When I first introduced Rhyme into the series, people were very adamant about wanting to latch onto a character to push all of the blame onto for why their favorites were acting the way they were, or why their favorites weren't acting quote quote pure at the moment. This comic goes into actually how Rhyme is outside of being portrayed as a monster. He's very bad. He enjoys taking part in bad activities, but I want to say who can blame him, but I very much can blame him. He shouldn't be doing that. We see Rhyme has plush toys of his presumed past partners or people he's interacted with that he finds interesting or has changed his life significantly. Here's Rhyme with the Static plushie. He kisses the Static plushie. He teases the Static plushie, and then he rips the Static plushie in half. So there are a lot of mixed messages about how Static and Rhyme, I guess, interacted before that would cause this interaction to take place. Sorry if you can hear my mouse. This is where I revealed that Lottie and Mac met from a video gaming channel that Lottie has. Lottie is canonically a streamer and enjoys playing video games. I also revealed that Wes also has a YouTube channel. Not a lot of people talk about this because I don't bring it up a lot, but Wes is very adamant about theories. I don't like calling them conspiracy theories because that usually implies that Wes would be blowing them out of proportion when he really doesn't mean to. But one of our users, Cade, they're very sweet. They made a take on what Wes's videos would be like. I won't play it because it is very Mike Peaky, but if you're interested in it, it is near the bottom of our archive. I have linked the archive in the stream description if you're interested in checking all this out while I'm going through it. I might have gotten sidetracked on a lot of things I was talking about. I apologize. That's a bad habit. I get sidetracked a lot. Here's where I went back into Lottie and Mac's first meeting. I'm reading the stream chat. Someone said, I think this fandom might be one of the few where people are okay with their faves not being pure saints. Yes, I actually, when I revealed what Mac is going through with people-pleasing and what Mac has done as a therapist, that is very much malpractice. Everything Mac deals with to the point of putting on a cute persona that people have fallen for, the same way Rhyme fell for it and everyone else fell for it. I felt bad. I was genuinely concerned that I would get some sort of call-out post or people getting angry that Mac wasn't as cute and sweet as they thought they were. I didn't. People were very, very respectful that Mac is not just a two-dimensional character that they can project onto. Oh, I just outwardly scrolled past what I was about to talk about. This is Lottie dealing with some depression, some anxiety, working at One Mart, which is where he worked originally. His money was stolen by Rhyme. Lottie and Rhyme dated for, I'd say, a week or so, the same way Mac and Rhyme dated for a week or so. I won't go into whether or not this was at the same time or at separate times, but they were in a similar time span. They weren't very far apart. Okay. Lottie gets worried because he assumes when he sees Macintosh that Mac is just a therapy robot and that he may be being somewhat, quote, racist against Mac if he assumes Mac is Mac, the same Mac that he's been talking to over YouTube. Tube is what I call it here. He asks Mac to come to the desk to be checked out. Mac says they got some chocolates because they like chocolates and it's just a treat for themselves. Lottie says, I need your ID, in a panic, just hoping to see if it's actually Macintosh. Mac informs Lottie these aren't drug chocolates. They're actually just normal chocolates, and Lottie's like, oh, okay. All chocolate needs an ID, though. Mac says, okay. And Lottie feels very bad for doing this to Mac, if it is Mac. If it isn't, he probably would have gone home and cried later. Mac reveals it is actually them, and Mac gets scared because at this point in the story's past, Mac was being stalked by Rhyme. Then they find out that it's actually Lottie. They are actually happy to see Lottie. This isn't to be taken as what Lottie did is a good thing. Lottie is being a little freak here. Not good. But yeah, they met and they moved in together at a later date because they were just happy that they lived in the similar area. Lottie doesn't give out his location publicly because that's just safety on the internet, but there's a birthday stem board. There's a Lottie stem board. I'm actually proud of this one because I had to go into an image tinter to actually change the tint of the GIFs so that I could put them in a stem board that was green. Someone asked for a Rhyme stem board. Here's that one. Whenever I make stem boards, I actively avoid the ones that are flashing because I'm epileptic. So if anyone enjoys like rapid flashing GIFs, I apologize. I just cannot look at them, and I don't want to put myself in danger for a stem board. I think everyone can understand that. This is actually the comic that got, it blew up, and it's when I realized people actually enjoyed my characters, but it's one of the most sketchy, in my opinion, ones that I didn't actually put a lot of effort into. Mac exclaims in happiness, like, "Oh, it's Lottie, my lovely boyfriend." And then they're told not to hug Lottie because he says he has his testosterone gel on. Plant testosterone. Birthday slaps Lottie on the back. Lottie says, "I have my gel on, please go wash your hands." Birthday freaks out. She runs. Birthday never runs in a straight line. She sees Wes. Wes says hi. She slaps Wes's hand, and then she screams "fuck," and it got 688 notes, and people started flooding into the comic, which I think is a very funny way that the comic managed to get its rep, because it is very much not what the comic is about. That's okay. I appreciate all of you, even the people who see characters and think it's funny. Here's a small animation I did of Rhyme. It's not the best. I actually see a lot of mistakes I made, but people liked it anyway. I might animate Rhyme more, or the characters more, later, once I get more practice. It does take a while to make animation, so I usually try to get updates out quick, daily. I've been doing daily updates since I started. I think I took a break yesterday just because I didn't want anything big to be out before the live stream. This was a comic. Here's Mac. I remember I told, I think it was either River or Lark at the time. This is the only fan service of Mac I will ever do. And they asked me why, and I said it's because I want everyone who loves Mac to know they use they them pronouns. So if they love Mac, they'll have to look at the fan service that only says that Mac uses they them pronouns. Let's see here. I got an ask at one point, talking about what the inside of Wes's home would look like, and I will not lie, I didn't have a mental image of what Wes's house should be like until Aprodot said that it would be funny if Wes had all of these Christian ornaments around his home. And so I made a short webcomic with Birthday saying, "What does this say?" And it's a sign that says, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord," Joshua 24:15. And Birthday says, "What the fuck? Who said this?" And Wes says, "It's Joshua." Max says, "Hello, Joshua." And Birthday says, "Is that like your ex?" Wes gets frustrated and says, "No, it's from the word of God." Birthday says, "Does God always say this extra shit?" And then Lottie comments, "Does this mean T for T?" to the three crosses. This is when I revealed the Birthday is not very keen on Christianity, that the house sometimes makes fun of Wes for being Christian. Except for Mac. Mac respects Wes's religion, and that's lovely. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I guess I can talk about this now. This asks, what are the birthdays of the Rhyme and Reason cast? This is from Cade. I joked and said 1, and she's a piñata. Then I gave the actual birthdays. Birthdays is August 3rd, Wes is July 6th, Max is January 11th, Lottie's is April 20th, Static's is February 11th, and Rhymes was not revealed at the time, and still hasn't been revealed on the public blog, but I really like to drop little puzzles for people to experience and crack on their own. I will go into those puzzles when we're going through this. I won't hide them. I will have to rearrange what the size of the screen is that you're looking at right now, but that's fine. I didn't actually think that far ahead. I actually want to scroll up to this comic before I go into what I typed there. Here we see the house. This is Wes's house, the outside of it. Lottie says he's sick of Rhymes saying he was, quote, helping. Max and Tina's twitch while he's ranting, and Lottie looks at Mac in confusion. Before wiggling his fingers at Mac, Lottie was doing air quotations, and Mac was copying the air quotations. And Lottie is very enthralled that Mac was copying the air quotations. I wrote here, when robots love each other or not, or their system says there's a communication with another life, or there's a connection with another life, they have this special way of showing it. It's programmed social cues. It's primarily used to help robots find each other in a work setting, but it has evolved socially over the years, especially with robots reclaiming their programming for themselves. But that's another whole thing. And I was right. That is another whole thing. Usually robots work in a factory with a lot of other robots that look similar. So they have a randomized jingle that plays from their chest and a soft beeping sound specifically for their partners. All robots from that kind of specific robot brand, I don't want to say brand, that makes it sound weird, especially since they're trying to, reclaim everything. The jingle means, come here, I'm over here, and my coding says we need to work together and that I would like to be near you. Their antennas will copy each other. Their antennas go up, and other partners' antennas will go up as well. If the partner's antennas are down, theirs will as well. It just means they love each other or care about each other. Here I write, if there's two robots of different factories that fall in love or want a relationship, sometimes their mannerisms will sync up. If a robot with antennas wiggles theirs, the robot with only a panel of buttons for a head will light up their buttons in a circular pattern or a special pattern just for their partner. People find that cute. Let me see here. Oh yeah. Interspecies relationships are no exception. Lottie's a plant folk. Mac's body still reacts in that way because they see Lottie as a partner. So in comics, I've actually carried this over. If you see Mac wiggling their antennas, that means that they like the person they're around or they trust the person they're around. Or they love the person they're around. You'll see Mac doing that around a lot of the cast, other than Lottie, actually. I'll get into why that is later. I did some Discord emojis. Those are fun. So before this comic, Mac was seen as a very soft, loving, caring character with no really deeper meaning to why they acted the way they were. They were just a love core robot. This one reveals that they had a history with Rhyme that was not good. It shows that Rhyme called Mac Lovebug and told Mac on many occasions that they were the same. So Mac sometimes wakes up and goes into therapy mode. I can get more into that later. You're right! Where is Lark? I want Lark back. Hold on a minute. Let me text her real quick. It's been nearly an hour? Oh my god. Hold on. I'm sure she's fine. She would have texted me if
I'm back.
She's back. Hello, welcome.
Hi, had a minor neighbor emergency. No one's hurt or anything.
What? Oh my god. I just told him everything was fine.
Everything is fine.
Holy shit.
We're calm. Don't sweat it.
Okay. I'm just going over the basic story with everybody. I think everyone knows the basic story, but just in case no one did, I was having fun explaining it. I don't think we will actually get into the full story of Rhyme and Reason, but I've seen some people on YouTube make short little documentaries of webcomics or other things. If anybody would want to do that for Rhyme and Reason, I'm completely fine with that. It would actually put it into an easier format for people to understand what's been going on so far with the story. Because Rhyme and Reason is not a webcomic, or a traditional webcomic is how I call it. We drop little breadcrumb pieces for people to pick up and puzzles for people to play that connect some of the more less than important story elements for them to follow along with characters that haven't actually been introduced fully in the main series. Okay, hold on. I'm going to leave this up because someone brought this specific comic up and I want to go into why it exists and why I did reblog it to this blog. I thought I didn't archive it. I think this is the most notes one of our webcomics has gotten, and it's not even an official, like, as you can see, I didn't write the text in. This was a shit post I made. Let me go back. Hold on.
Oh, is this the Sagular perk?
Yes. I need to share my screen for you. You can't see anything.
No, I'm watching the stream. Oh yeah, I still need to look at the stream. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. We're gonna actually start the Q&A now.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah,
Wow.
isn't that crazy? It's been 30 minutes. I apologize. Okay. All right. Is this the right blog? Yeah, this is the Rhyme and Reason blog. I promised everybody who asked a question to our Rhyme and Reason blog that we'd answer the questions they sent here, so I haven't deleted any. First is from Cade.
Wait, before we start, I want to talk about this one person in chat that says, "You two sound like you should have each other's voices."
Huh?
I
What do you mean?
don't know. I just felt like that was important to point out
What
that
does
someone
that
said that.
mean? Yeah. Okay. For this stream, what is your favorite character to write? I've written most of the characters, so I will answer this one. And then Lark can answer secondary. I think my favorite character to write would be. Oh my gosh, that's a loaded question. Because for the first time in any media I've made, I genuinely enjoy writing every single one of the characters and making them interesting. Because I project a lot into all of them, as I've said. Um, okay.
Need me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first. I'll think about it.
Okay, you in the chat who know me or at least have seen me in the server act like a clown, you're probably thinking birthday. Wrong. It's Static. Um, and otherwise, I guess to write for and extrapolate on the character that isn't inherently quote unquote mine, I would probably have to say Wes.
Okay.
Did you
Oh my
figure it out
gosh.
yet?
Oh my gosh. Macintosh. I like writing Macintosh. I can't
I was
choose. Huh?
I was expecting you to say Mac. So when you did it and you're just like, I have to think, I'm like, oh.
Okay,
And
well,
then
I did. I like writing Mac because Mac is the most happy go lucky character and the comic relief usually in the panels, and I get to write out some silly interactions, usually all that contain Mac. Um, those have been going down lately because actually Birthday found out that Mac was faking a lot of their silly persona, and Mac has been kind of embarrassed to put it back on. All right, what is Static's fondest memory?
oh, yay! I get to answer this one. Okay, so this one's an early one, and well, not early. Post time skip pre comic date. So it is actually when he visited an aquarium, and at the time, Static was still kind of new to everything, and so the only person he really was felt somewhat secure with was Rhyme. And when they went there, he immediately lost sight of him and was just like, "Oh God," because you look at Rhyme, look at that man. Tell me there's not a single ounce of what's the word self restraint in that body, because you'd be wrong. So they are. Oh, he loses sight of him and he's like, "Oh my God, he's going to take a fish out of a tank and probably eat it." And so he is scrambling around looking for he's looking for Rhyme, and he sees him at the touch tank, and he's just very gently handling a horseshoe crab. And it's kind of in that moment he kind of realizes that Rhyme is a little bit more than he thought. And that's, I feel like that's one of his favorite memories. Later on in the day, he wants to try the touch tank, but he's afraid he will kill everything by being electric. And Rhyme tells him, like, "Oh, if you hold on to me, you'll ground yourself, so you won't electrify everything." And so he grabs Static's hand and lets him touch the fish in the tank, like the little sea pancakes. It isn't until they leave that Static realizes that Rhyme never let his hand go.
That's Static's fondest memory. A loving day at the aquarium. This one says, what if Macintosh and Rhyme switched places and how they were, quote, raised? How do you think they would have turned out? This one is a loaded question, and when I went over it with Lark, we decided we aren't going to answer this one yet, or you will have to answer it yourselves when you read our content. There's a lot of gray area with how people are brought up and how they act depending on how they were brought up. That's some food for thought for you guys. Let's see here. Torado
Troublemaker.
Torado Troublemaker says, I know Static comes with his own dramatic lighting, but why does my boy ooze sometimes? In one of the Discord emojis and Stemboard pics, he's oozing from his face. I laughed at this one because I cannot hold you guys accountable for thinking that this is actually what's happening to Static. That's more of an artistic representation of Static's stress headaches that come with the eyes. If you zoom in on any situation where Static is, quote, oozing from his forehead in the artwork, you can see the eyes inside of the ooze that I draw.
It's not actually ooze, though. My boy doesn't ooze.
Yeah, Static doesn't ooze. Don't worry. He's not oozing. The only drippy character is Wesley, who drips from his little ice cube head on many occasions, daily, 24/7. Who made the Rhyme plushie that Static keeps under his pillow? Rhyme. You know that one page you posted an edit of, but didn't release the unedited version, the Sag Their Part one, the ow 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 panel kills them every time. Okay, so this is what I wanted to say. This is a Tumblr post. This is not actually original text. I linked the Tumblr post here. Rhyme says, the most disgusting part of Tumblr culture is the kid who loved to sag their pert, not only sag the jam lid, but also to pert it up. What a waste. And Static responds, what language is this? And then Rhyme says, listen, in the year 2018, you were living in the year 2018, and centuries, who tid what or rilt or jilt around, so you better appreciate it for what you have. A lot of people would stick or joiler to have what you did. Static says, what the fuck? And then Rhyme says, ow, 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 ow. And I posted it. And then I posted Lark's reaction to it when I sent it. This was so long ago. This is like the first piece of RAR content I have ever posted. And this was on my main account. This was before we even had this archive.
Yeah, I think this was the first piece of content we ever conjured up. Because before this, the other characters didn't really exist in the concept of this universe. We made two characters and we're like, what if they had a story between them? And this is the first thing Mallow gave to me.
Yeah. This is the first time I've ever drawn Rhyme outside.
Also, there's not an unedited version of this. Mallow intentionally made it look like there was text there, but there's just not. This is what the comic looks like in its original form. There's no canon text that goes there. I mean, technically there is. If you want to be technical about it, I did write actual lines for this afterwards, but I don't think you ever posted it.
I didn't.
Um,
I didn't do. You're right. I didn't post it.
This is the original, yes.
This is the original.
Did you just ask the question immediately?
I said here, I forgot I posted the edited version of the RAR content before any canon content and then never posted the actual comic. What I meant by that was that I made a secondary comic that Lark had written text for that I intended to post, but never posted.
Do you want to pull up that content specifically?
I don't know if I
can find it real quick.
If you can find it and send it to me, I will put it up on the stream for everybody to see. Some exclusive content just for you guys for showing up to our Q&A stream.
I have to remember, because I remember I wrote the lines in Discord and then you sent me the edited version of it.
Yes.
So I have to remember what specifically I wrote. Got it. Found it immediately. I know what I write. I'm so good at what I do.
Share it with me.
Here, I'll do you one better. I'll just forward it to yourself because you're the one that sent it.
What?
Check your DMs.
Why'd you said that's the bitch word, Lark. All right, let me see. Oh, I did. Oh my god, this is when I didn't have an actual. Okay, let me just save these and I'll pull them up separately for everybody. This is when I didn't have an actual font that I wrote in for the comic.
Yeah, this shit's old still.
This is so old.
But it's good because I wrote it.
It is good because you wrote it. Okay. Let me pull this up onto the. Okay, this is image 6. Page 1. PNG file. Okay.
Everybody getting that exclusive content today, baby.
I feel so bad that this is what our exclusive content looks like and is in context for. All right, that goes up first. And let me pull up the second one.
Are you uploading it to Tumblr so that now everyone can see it?
No, this is only for the stream viewers.
So make sure to screenshot that shit.
Yeah, screenshot it if you please. You'll never see it again.
This pic goes hard. Feel free to screenshot.
This pic goes hard. Feel free to screenshot. All right, here's the second one. Oh, shit. No, I don't want to save on it. There's no unsaved changes. There's no unsaved changes. I promise. I promise.
I love watching your mouse. What the fuck do you mean it's gone? Just pull it from Discord again.
I'm scared. I'm so scared. Okay. 2. This is 2. Page 2. Okay. Okay.
You sound fucking neurotic.
I am. Okay. There you go. Page 2. Everybody look at it while I shake it around the screen.
It's not on the screen.
Oh, shit. Yes, it is. All right.
No, it's not. Oh, yeah, it is. I'm looking on Discord. Oops, I'm stupid.
You fool. You fool. All right, here it is. This is all you get. Go back and pause the video if you want. I'm deleting it. We have to move on. Remove. What is this? Remove. Remove. Delete. Delete. All right. Where were we?
It's just stuck on the screen now. Just slide it off the screen. If it doesn't go away.
It's gone.
That's what I usually do. My stream setup on Twitch is so bad. I know there's some assets that are just off screen because I couldn't figure out how to delete them at first. I think one of them is a picture of a Shadow the Hedgehog wallet made out of duct tape.
What?
We don't.
Anyway.
Do you want to see a picture of it?
Yeah. Well, I would love to see that later. Okay. All right. That's gone. All right. What is everyone's full names? Oh shoot. I only have. Can I just make Lottie's name canon? We talked about this earlier, and I didn't actually have a last name for Lottie, I don't think, and I felt really bad, so I came up with a funny one, but then I never came up with a real one, because I got distracted, because I wanted to show Lark Jacksepticeye's playthrough of The Last Guardian. Anyway, Lottie's last name is Lottie Onion, but spelled with a O
Here,
apostrophe.
let me type it in chat.
Wes's last name is Wesley Halo, Hailoh. That's actually canon. Birthday's full name is not actually birthday. It's I'll let Lark say it because Lark is actually Spanish and I'm a fool.
Her full name is Feliz Cumpleaños, and her birthday is a nickname.
Birthday's a nickname. Birthday's friend Bash gave her.
Oh, fuck, dogs are barking. I get to go next then. Static's full name is actually Edison Ampere, named after Thomas Edison and Jean-Louis Ampere, namer of the system of which amp is measured. All right, I'll be back in a second.
All right. Macintosh's full name is just Macintosh. In the therapy house, the robots did not actually get full fancy names. They just go by the fruit, and Mac goes by Mac for short. You might have seen some of the therapy robots. Examples are Barry, Lemmy, and Kato having shortened versions of the fruit that they're based on to look cute for therapy patients. That is because that is the nickname they go by. They don't really go by their full names, but yeah, Lemmy's full name is Lemon, Kato's full name is Avocado, and Barry's is Blueberry. Whenever the robots are in trouble, they will be called over the intercom into Lightman's office under their full alias. That's why there's not commonly duplicates of therapy robots that are the same fruit. There are many Apple robots, which is why Mac is called a Macintosh, based after a Macintosh apple. I had someone ask once why Mac was called Macintosh, and I pulled up a Macintosh apple for them because the Macintosh apple is a pretty little light shade of red with a little bit of yellow, which is what Mac's color scheme is based on. Okay, let's see here. It's interesting that Rhyme is a crash test robot and was made to be harmed, but you know what else was made to be harmed? Piñatas. They aren't robots or object heads. They're not made for a purpose, but do anthropinatas have lore about getting hurt besides Birthday needing to be harmed to release her entity? And I will let Lark answer this one because Lark is the one that came up with the answer and co-writes Birthday.
Haha! Everybody listen up. Okay, so Birthday is just a donkey, specifically. But the idea of pinata anthros is actually a kind of like a sort of magic that is passed through lineage, specifically. And gonna be honest, because I'm the one that made it up and I wrote it, it is very much coded that this lineage specifically is of Hispanic descent. Specifically, like, not Hispanic, what's the word? Latin American descent. There we go. And the entity within her actually is sort of unique, though. It is semi-common for anthros of this lineage to be pinata-like and do share the same healing ability as Birthday, wherein if they are damaged, they can be repaired with paper mache that then heals magically to become part of their body, point blank. But Birthday is a bit special in the fact that her entity is pretty unique. It has been established in the comic already that entities and artifacts are more common than they used to be, therefore their value has diminished, which means she's not unique in that aspect, but it is rare to see it. Much in the same way that being a redhead is rare, where it's like less than a 1% chance, but if you see someone with red hair, you're not like, oh shit, that's crazy. It's like that. That's pretty much all that is. There are other Birthday like pinatas, and some of them, very few, do have entities like that within them. Some get along with them better, some don't. Some are honestly almost the same person with them. That's whatever, because Birthday's the one that matters right now.
Yeah, entities will latch on to their hosts, and it's up to the host whether or not they can figure out how to cope with the entity. I did bring up at some point that what was it? Did I bring it up here or was it later? It was a later question. It wasn't with this one. Never mind. All right. Next, does Static shear himself or does he get someone else to do it? Because, what does he do with all the leftover fluff? And Static is Lark, so I will let Lark answer.
Static used to do it all himself. He was not very much a sociable person, but over time he did learn to let the others help him out with it. He does not decide what happens with it, though, mostly because he does not care. However, it is common in the Team Reason household for someone, I'm assuming mostly Mac, but others might take advantage where they make things out of it. They make great Christmas gifts, if you want to be a bit more specific about it. But I'll leave it at that.
They like to knit. Mac loves to knit the wool. Static's specific wool is very zappy, so they do have to take all of the static electricity out of it with a special little family technique they do, which is when they circle around it and they just dump it in the water and wash it off. But what Birthday likes to do in secret, and what Mac likes to do in secret, is they like to take little pieces of it that still have the static and just like crunch it up in their hands for fun. Let's see here. Did I? Yeah. Okay.
I think that question was just asked twice. The everyone's full names, or did we just go over that? Am I brain dead right now?
We went over it. I think it was asked twice. I'm not sure.
Okay.
When Rhyme and Static dated, was this before or after Static was stuck in the time loop? Uh, After.
After. I think I answered this earlier by accident, but yes,
Yeah,
it was
it's
after the time.
after the time loop. For anyone wondering what the time loop situation is, there's been a lot of people who have wondered whether or not that's a metaphor for dealing with religious trauma or being in a situation you don't want to be in, something akin to dissociation. That is not the case. Static, the entity that is latched onto Static, brought Static from, I believe it was 1940.
You make me do fucking math again. I know it's my own character, but Jesus Christ.
1940 to 2021 through a time skip, which will
False.
be...
I got okay. So he was born in 1935. It brought him from 1961 to 2014, giving Static some time to integrate before he met Rhyme.
Oh, okay. Well, there's
Yeah.
your answer. The time skip will actually be explained later, how it happened, why it happened. Right now in the story, Static is having trouble piecing together what exactly happened to him. The only people who know about it at the moment are Rhyme and Wes. Static is very self-conscious about it. We'll probably tell the others at a later point, but I won't spoil it. Okay. Here's this user. They ask, it's interesting that Rhyme is a crash test
We
robot.
went through these again.
Huh? What's
This
happening?
is something I already did. I think it just redoubled the scroll thing. Just scroll past it again.
Okay.
There we go.
What's happening? Oh. Boom,
Not that one. One after.
Oh, here's what I was gonna talk about in the other one. Do the hospitals only treat object heads, or are they equipped to treat robots and plant folk? Are there specialty clinics? I actually had to think about this one for a while, but I came up with a pretty reasonable explanation and what I would like the world to canonically be. There are specific doctors for specific species. There's a very heavy push for people to go into the college health paths for their specific race, because there's just so much to know. It's all still being studied, even, especially entities. Not a lot about entities are even known yet, so people with entities are asked to study themselves and submit their research. Because of this, because there's so much medical demand, a lot of people who go to college are in there for the medical field, which leaves a lot of issues with the economy. There's not a lot of people going into any other job, so the specialty needed for other jobs is not really high up in amount of people who can do it. So that's why there are robots being made mainly to help with the economy. But then robots got rights because people weren't ready to accept that anything with a life probably, not even probably, definitely deserves rights. So now the economy is in shambles again. Don't play God to fix the economy. Moral of the story.
Wish you could tell that to Americans. LMAO.
Okay. All right. Does Rhyme RP online with his Sparkle Dog Sona? Okay, there was actually a comic I made recently where Rhyme has a Sparkle Dog Sona. Not really Sparkle Dog, more DeviantArt roleplay-esque Sona with big fluffy ears, big fluffy tail. Yes, Rhyme does roleplay online with his Sparkle Dog Sona. What did we say that the Sparkle Dog Sona's name was?
Electric Edge, the wolf.
Electric Edge.
The wolf bot.
Electric Edge, the wolf bot, which is half dog, half robot. Rhyme loves his OC. Adores his OC. Like, would do anything for his OC. He even has little plushes he made of his OC. That's how he sees himself in his inner world. Rhyme has a very rich inner world that Not a lot of people understand 2. I kind of don't understand. It's fine.
I do because I'm insane.
You understand Lark's inner world?
My what?
You understand Rhyme's inner world, Lark?
Yes.
Let me restate the sentence.
Simply, all you have to do is watch 2019 The Joker, and it all makes sense.
No, it will. I don't think it. I don't think that's true.
Your disappointment is so loud. No.
No. Okay. This person says, I'm curious about aging for robots. I remember reading, what were the stages of development, did they have a childhood? Okay, so this one's actually, I believe I touched into this in one, ask at some point. What did I say? Oh yeah. Okay. So
I was like, boy, I don't know. That's you. That's your question.
Okay. Mac and other robots that are created to handle their specific purpose are started with one single blank slate, and they are created to learn. They have a very rich AI that helps them establish their own sense of identity and establish how they should interact with their surroundings. This was supposed to help in the field that they worked with, help them learn new things, help them understand new things. They all have the same blank slate understanding for what they were made for. So every single therapy robot has the run-of-the-mill understanding of what they're supposed to be doing. So from the second they are created, they have a few years to get their sense of identity, and then they are thrown right into the work field. Their payment is kept in a balance that is given to them when they are, I'd say, about of legal age, which is 19. There is a ID that the robots get when they reach the legal age of 19, because that means they've reached the end of their developmental period. The developmental period goes from when they are booted on to, as I've stated, age 19. That means they have learned everything about where they are, what they are working with, who they are, and have a decent and steady understanding of social interaction and, everything an adult should have. All right. Let's see.
Why does he keep repeating? That's a question you literally just asked.
Why is Tumblr broken?
When is it not broken?
I don't know. Okay. This person says, for the live stream, how are plant folk created? Are there any other... Okay, let me read this before I say it out loud. What do people eat? Okay, how are plant folk created?
What do people eat?
What do people...
I don't know, chill for seal. What do people eat? That was funnier in my head. I'm so sorry, audience.
Okay, to answer the question, I actually want to say what Lark and I were talked about earlier with this. So female plant folk, they have a bulb that they can produce. I won't say how. I won't go into it. The bulb is then planted into the ground and then germinated with what will come out of a male plant folk genetically. And then they will grow. I said it was like Cabbage Patch Kids. Lark said it was like Pikmin. I had no idea what Pikmin was, so I said definitely.
It's like Pikmin. It's like Pikmin.
Yes. Okay. Well, now I know what Pikmin is, so now I know yes, it's like Pikmin. But at first I said no, it is absolutely not like Pikmin, because all I know about Pikmin is that there's little creepy little elf dudes in rainbow colors that come up out of the floor with little flowers, and they make little squeaky noises. And I was like, that is not what it's like. But then Lark was like, Pikmin come out of the ground. You plant something and they grow. And I'm like, okay, yes, it's like Pikmin. It's like Pikmin. Lottie was yanked out of the ground.
Like Pikmin.
Like a Pikmin.
Like a Pikmin.
Very tiny, very small. You have to let their head grow before everything else. All right.
That means at one point Lottie looked like a Funko Pop.
Lottie looked like a Funko Pop when he was a little baby. Very self conscious. But it's okay. He had trouble standing up. He fell over a lot. He was made fun of. That's all right.
He probably, you know what? He looks like the pleading emoji.
He looks like the fleeting emoji. That's what little baby Lottie looks like. I also want to go into Baby Static because Baby Static would have definitely looked like a stick figure. Uh,
Do you want to pull up a picture of a baby alpaca?
I don't know if I want to expose our audience to a baby alpaca because like it kind of looks not right. It looks like a
If you want, you can
paperclip.
just look up you can look up a newborn alpaca on your own time.
Yeah, look up a newborn alpaca if you'd like to see how Static looked as a baby. Okay.
Scrunkly.
All right, here's our last one. Question for the stream: do the cast of Rhyme and Reason play any musical instruments, or do they ever make songs together? And I'll let Lark start first.
Okay, so first of all, I knew this one was in my ask box and I never answered it. I'm fucking sorry. I came up with the answer and then didn't reply to it like a month ago. So I want to give a personal apology to you because I know you're the same person who asked this question. After that, obviously Static can sing. He can also play the bass guitar. Um, Birthday likes the drums. I did not say she can play the drums. She likes the drums.
She likes the drums. She likes to hit them and punch them.
All right.
Wes can play the organ, the piano. Wes had to be in charge of the church organ for a little bit and played for what the choir sings to. Completely not by his will. He does not like playing the organ or the piano anymore unless it's for a simple reason like helping Mac learn any song other than Hot Cross Buns. Mac, in the therapy house, they did have a piano for a short span of time until Lightman was tired of hearing all the therapy robots slam their hands on it and try to figure out how it was supposed to work. But the therapy robots did make a little bit of music, and Mac knows how to play that music. Unfortunately, it is only listenable to by robots because it does include a bunch of slamming your hands on the piano keys. This is the only thing I will agree with Lightman for. I don't think I could stand hearing that every single day.
That's because you're weak.
Yeah, I need to eat something. My stomach's growling. I'll be right back. Wait, do you want to answer a question while I'm going to get food?
Sure.
Okay.
Did you? Here, let me. This is your personal questions.
Answer my questions for me. Pretend to be me. I'll be back.
Hi, I'm Juice Does Things, Mallow. I am
Hold
going
on, I
to
took my
send.
headphones off. Did you just say, hi, I'm Juice Does Things?
No,
Do I sound like that? Do I say that?
no.
Okay. Okay, you can do it now. I'm gonna go.
Okay, I'm Juice Does Things, Mallow, and I am going to personally send $5 to Lark's PayPal because I am amazing. Anyways, do therapy robots still meet up with each other from time to time now that the therapy house is closed down? As of currently, where the comic is, no, they have not found each other yet since the dissolution of the therapy house. Mac is holding out hope that everyone has healed from it the same way he is currently healing. He feels like he was always the last to be better, to become better. So he, at this point in time, believes that everyone from the therapy house has gotten better and that he's slowly catching up to them. Or at least that's what he hopes is happening. I cannot answer why did you eat a potato salad on stream or off stream because I actually don't know the answer. I do not know why anyone would eat potato salad, much less why it would cause them to digivolve into a seraphim. So I can't I can't answer that one. They fuck. I always do this. Anyways, um, yeah, potato salad. Not good. Not my favorite. Um, let's see. You thought he was a sheep. I mean, I think it mentioned in the comic several times that he is an alpaca. Um, but then again, you only started. I think you specifically started reading like a week ago, so I'm not sure. Potato salad derogatory. Exactly. Exactly. You get it. You get it. There is something I am excited about that's coming up very soon. You don't like potatoes? Banned. I can't ban you. Also, I wouldn't because I'm not mean. But I like potatoes. I am curious as to what you guys are putting together so far with the clues we've given you, or much less what we haven't given you. Um, and I'm kind of excited to see where that goes, especially with the trash can creature. Um, Let me ask you a question. What do you think about the trash can creature? What do you like? Do you like it? Do you like the little trash can creature? You also don't like potatoes? Demodded. I don't know what to tell you. I'm so sorry. Anyways, while I'm waiting for your um responses about the trash can creature, sorry about not being here at the beginning of the stream. That was not intentional. About 5 minutes before the stream started, I was like, I'll be back. And I thought it was only going to take 2 minutes. It took like 30.
What? What are
Oops.
you talking about?
I was talking about why I was missing from stream,
Did you
or
ban
at
someone
least
for
that
not
I was
liking
sorry about.
potatoes?
No, I said blocked, banned, and then I didn't do it because that would be mean.
How did we keep our viewers? What did you say? How did you do that?
I don't know.
Okay.
You're interested in the trash can creature, but have no strong feelings about them yet. You will.
You will. Okay, here's one by Cade. Uh, Everybody is really interested in the therapy robots, and what's really funny is that I didn't intend on writing anything for the therapy robots past the one flashback comic of Mac talking to Barry.
I already answered the if they hang out question.
Okay.
Or not. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Alright, tosses a slice of cheese onto Mac's head like a cat video. I was actually gonna draw a little, like, short, funny MS Paint comic of Mac getting slapped in the head with a, slice of cheese, because Mac would not like it. They would be very, very upset. Hey, Mallow, Rhyme and Mac made cameos in my dream last night.
Cameos. Not
Lark laughed really hard earlier when I showed them this
I
because
forgot too, which makes it funny again.
uh,
I'm obsessed with the way you use the word cameo, like your dream is the TV show. It's I
it's really
I'm gonna
funny.
start saying that. I'm gonna start saying that. Thank you, Midnight
Th-
Chronicle 87.
Thank you for letting me know. I'll keep it in mind. What are Lemmy's pronouns? I need to know immediately. Okay, Lemmy's pronouns are Zem, which is XEXEM. Like Z went to go look at the tree outside. Or there's also he and they and it, I believe.
Z is a TikTok influencer.
I'm going to don't don't spoil it. Okay. What's Wes's family
I
like?
can't shit post. Leave me alone.
I love how that wouldn't have been considered a spoiler unless I actually confirmed it was. Okay, so
You didn't have to keep going. I tried to save it.
no, it's okay. It's okay. I
Okay.
pull myself down into the depths of the ocean of no return. You don't have to pull me down. Okay, so what's Wes's family like? Sorry for so many asks. I'm just curious. I love Rhyme and Reason. Thank you. Uh, Wes's family is not the best. I'll get on a more serious topic. The house Wes is in currently is not owned by Wes. It's still owned by his family. They pay for it. They moved to a different country for business purposes. They work for a church organization, and they are doctors. Wes was never really close with his family. The reason he is currently living in the house still is because he said he would move out, but then ended up never moving out because of mental illness. He does have a job. He's trying to move out, but he got carried away and didn't inform his parents that Team Reason are living in the house. So he's just hoping that they're out of the picture forever. He hasn't thought about his parents in a very long time. Wes was alone in his house for a few years, not having many friends except for the church. The church discouraged Wes from making friends outside of church programs, which was very bad for Wes's mental health. There are many good churches in Rose City, but the church Wes goes to is very not good. Wes's mother and father are very strict when it comes to who Wes dates, so Wes has been primarily dating online. Wes has 2 partners named Red and Samson. They are both male, but from what Wes kind of is coping with internally is that he thinks this is just a friendship that's gone a little bit, quote, too far, because he loves them both very, very much. They say I love you to each other. He texts them daily. They help him with a lot of things that he deals with. But Wes hasn't told his parents. Wes, in the comics as well, is also very adamant about the fact that he's straight. I believe he said that to Birthday. But he had to come to terms with the fact that he wasn't straight. Okay, let me think. Anything else I need to add? Wes has a brother. He's not in a lot of contact with his brother. If you look at Wes's baby pictures, you can see Wes never really opened his mouth a lot as a kid. He was a very quiet kid, so while all the rest of his family members are smiling, Wes just has a big, sad, bulgy eye and no mouth in the pictures. It's kind of sad. Every single baby photo or kid photo of Wes when he was a minor that you can find has Wes just with one big, bulgy eye and no mouth. Someone said I thought Wes was dating the others. No, the only canonical relationship currently in the comic is Mac and Lottie. Mac does have feelings for the rest of Team Reason. I will out that now. The rest of Team Reason is not fully on board yet or understanding of what Mac is talking about. I may get into more text conversations where Mac delves into that. You guys are allowed to ship whatever you want. I think I've stated this before or on the card, but I do not mind you guys shipping the characters or coming up with your own headcanons for how you feel about them.
We certainly push into them sometimes because it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. We love it. I did draw fan service for Static and Wes because I just think that's a very cute ship. But it isn't canon yet. I might make it canon. I shouldn't say that. I don't know what I'll do yet, but it depends on how
Before you think that he's digging himself into a hole, we actually don't know what we're doing. I guess he wants it to happen, but we haven't written it out yet, that specific part. So, don't think that's a spoiler, because literally, we don't know yet.
Yeah. It might even be a spoiler for us. So...
That's not how that works.
Let me think. Oh yeah, I want to point out, Lark and I have talked about this before. The fandom created a headcanon that Wes was a tadpole at some point because
They said that, like, ice cube object heads are born by leaving them in a tank and then watching them grow tails like tadpoles or something.
And I didn't reveal what tar forming was because of that. I'll go into tar forming in a second, I guess, because I don't think I've mentioned that yet on the stream. But I
It
didn't
was
want to
funny.
I didn't want to ruin that for everyone because everyone was very adamant about wanting Wes to be a tadpole baby with dumb little tadpole legs that grew up in a tank, and I was like, I don't want to take this from them.
I'm glad you took as long as you did because it was honestly the funniest thing to me. Because for a moment, I was just like, "Is this canon?" I like got a call with Mallow, and I was just like, "Is this? He's not actually like tadpole, like, is he? I thought he was. There's the tar thing." And then he's just like, "Yeah, I don't know where they got that from." And I was just like losing my fucking mind for like I think a good 15 minutes because of it.
Yeah, tar farming is something that Wes mentioned and that I covered a little bit in an ask that's on the Rhyme and Reason blog. Tar forming is when you drop an enchanted object into a pool of tar and you hold on. Excuse me.
What's up?
Okay, so the tar will form around the enchanted object and form a body, and then you take out the object baby that is now alive from it. It'll grow eyes in a special way, it'll grow a mouth in a special way. Um, and there it is. There's the baby. That's what tar forming is. It consists of a spell that only object sets can carry out. Um, and they can't create too many object heads at once in the same area because there is something called a weave, which is a weave of magic that is it exists around, just everywhere. That's how magic is formed. It's energy that's pulled from the energy that surrounds you, called the weave. It's similar to the D&D concept of the weave. I actually believe it is from D&D, but
It
it's
is.
in RAR
Gang
now.
gang.
It's in RAR now. It's canon. That's how magic is created, and you can't take too much from the weave, or else the weave won't create magic anymore from that specific area until it's healed up. So, a lot of the magic that's been taken from the weave that is in Rose City because of how big the population is, people are blaming object heads for it. And while object heads have done a lot of bad in history, I won't say that it's bad that they're procreating because that's just what people do, but it is harming the magical veil that's around Rose City and other places now. It's on the news. It's creating a lot of problems. All right. Let's see. Spooks Fall Vibes says, "How dare you make me feel bad for the villain of this story?" It's in quotes because I have no clue where this is going to end.
Suffer.
Thank you for saying my writing is good. I appreciate it. Yeah, I did write on the card that Rhyme is treated like a villain, but I think I stated before, Rhyme's character is in a gray area. You're allowed to see Rhyme's character however you please because every character in RAR is representative of a stage in recovering from trauma. People who see Rhyme as a character who did nothing wrong usually not did nothing wrong per se, but they can relate to Rhyme in a way. Let me think. I genuinely do not mind that because I can see where they're coming from, because from somebody who would be in Rhyme's perspective, which is being in a place that they're scared to heal because they've already been told that they're an awful individual, that happens to people. It shouldn't excuse the bad actions they did, and it definitely shouldn't encourage any bad actions, but people do get into that cycle, and I'm not one for purity culture, so I do not mind people relating to Rhyme as long as they do not take what Rhyme did and say that it was okay in any way. Maybe as encouragement to heal. I've heard people say that Rhyme has encouraged them to see their bad habits and grow from them and grow out of them. Sally. I've seen this person's username so many times, and I should know their name by now because
Sally Choasora.
I've always read it as Sally Selicosaurus in my head. Sally Chaos Aura.
Sally Choasora or Coasora.
No, Chaos Aura. Like
that.
Yeah.
No, it's OA, not AO.
Coas. Sally Cho as Aura. Either way, this user. says, I had a weird ass dream about Rhyme and Reason, and I don't remember much of it, but I think Rhyme had amnesia in it. So my question is, how would the others react to Rhyme having amnesia? What kind of person would Rhyme be if he did remember who he was afterwards, I'm assuming? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It is Sally. Wait. It is Sally Chaos Aura. They're in our chat. I was right.
Oh, they spelt it wrong on Tumblr. Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. Okay.
Okay, we will read it as Chaosora, regardless.
What kind of person?
Remember, there's a delay between what we can see in chat.
Yeah, everyone's yelling, but I promise there's a delay. We did not just ignore. All right. So about this, I think I commented before on this. I had an idea to do something like this with the actual story. I kind of dropped the idea, so I'll just go into it now. Rhyme would not be forgiven by Team Reason. Team Reason has good reasons not to interact with Rhyme, even if Rhyme was suddenly magically cured of everything that made him a bad person. But I regret to inform the collective that Mac would probably fall back into wanting to help Rhyme and seeing Rhyme as a good person again. They would probably date again, and Lottie would not like it. So let's hope that never happens. Your lovely robot Mac, the only Apple computer I want anywhere near me. What did you say?
I was going to say, Static would probably fall into the same issue too, if that were to happen.
Yes.
Just to think about.
Oh, thank you for saying you like Mac. That's cute. Someone said they wanted Mac to wear this. Captain Total Trash. I was gonna draw Mac in this, but then my arms started hurting and I couldn't, so imagine Mac in this. Okay. Did any of the brainwashed robots end up like Mang did, or were they the first and last one? Mang was not brainwashed, and that is why Mang was disposed of. Is there any reference for Lemmy? No. What colors does Mang have? Orange. Imagine Mac stimming with their antenna or making beeping noises. It brings me joy. Yes, Mac does that a lot. Oh, can we get into how the characters stim? Because I wanted to make a comic of it, but then I never actually did.
Yes, we can. I'll take that.
Okay. Okay. I don't think I ever actually was public with it, but therapy robots, their arms, you can see they're in segments. When you turn them, they make a little clicking noise. It's to help patients calm down if they need something to fidget with when they're being given a therapy session. But now that all the therapy robots are out of the therapy house, you can find them clicking their arms whenever they're anxious or nervous or stressed. And Birthday adores Mac's arm. Like, if they're on a long car ride, with Static in the front and Static's enjoying the car trip, he might start to hear clicking noises in the back, and if he looks in the rear view, he may see Mac being kind of pulled over on top of Lottie and Birthday while Birthday tries to get a hold of Mac's arm to fidget with it on a long car ride. Wes likes to sit on his hands to pressure on his hands. He started doing it when he was in long church sermons ever since he was a kid, and you might still see him sitting with his hands under his thighs when he's having a bad time. He also, this is a less good stem. This is kind of a detrimental stem, but Wes does like to pick at his fingers. He stopped mostly recently because he started putting band-aids on his fingers to prevent him from doing so, but it was something he used to do. Lottie, I think Lottie, I confirmed, will flap his hands, or he likes to squeeze things. He likes to poke wax, mainly. Like, if you burn a candle, you can't let Lottie near the candle because Lottie will stick his fingers in the wax just to feel the warmth.
Legend. Um, birthday, you already said, clicks the shit out of Mac, and I love that. Um, birthday is also extremely destructive. That is not something she's worked on yet. But she likes to break things, um, and like tear up paper. The paper thing is an issue, and so when Static goes over like the mail or whatever, he will just give her junk mail to tear apart. Um, and lastly, Static, he chews. He It was always a problem when he was younger. The collar of his shirts would be separated from the actual shirt itself because he would chew on it. Um, as an adult, he has gotten very well acquainted with gum. Um, that's pretty much it. He's learned how to blow very big bubbles.
He loves bubbles. None of the characters in Rhyme and Reason are neurotypical, I believe, because they weren't written by neurotypical people, and we like to project. Have characters that we can look at and say, oh, I do that. Oh, did I never do this person's stim board? I feel so bad. Holy crap. I did do a party stim board at one point. Serial killer was taken, the user. I will get onto that whenever I can. There are some stim boards I haven't done yet, and I should probably go through and do them. This person says, what would you do if you were out getting groceries and Wes was the cashier? Keep in mind this is a real life scenario, so Wes should not even exist. I was going to actually respond to this with an MS Paint drawing of the one comic by... Ooh, I should know her name, but I don't.
My Silly Comics.
My Silly Comics, the one where she reached out and touched like a celebrity's hand and was like, celebrity name. I was going to do one of those, but with me and Wes, but I never did. Where's Lemmy, Barry, and Kato now that they're no longer working as therapy robots? Mac likes to believe they're healing. Sometimes you lose contact with people and you hope that they're okay, but you can never really know for sure until you come in contact with them again later. You know those videos of a cat in a harness being dragged because they don't want to walk? The winter rhyme on a leash had me thinking about that. Skitter's off to hide. Z-Ware Cat asked this one. Yeah.
Isn't that what it was based on?
Or
is that just happy coincidence that I thought about it too?
I think it was based on a GIF that River sent of the monkey in the snow. It's such a specific... I can't show the GIF, so I won't be able to actually share it with you guys. Oh, people are saying that the wax thing is dangerous. No, Lottie doesn't stick his hand in the liquid burning wax. Lottie waits until it cools down, until you can just like press your finger like into the soft wax. Lottie doesn't...
Like, it is... The wax is already coagulated.
Yes.
But it is still soft. It is not solid yet.
Don't worry. If you're sticking your fingers in like hot wax, please don't do that. Please don't do that. I don't want you to get hurt. Okay. The more I hear about Lemmy and their debatably legal acts, the more I like them. Yeah. They do things that aren't the, most legal, but I guess that's why they're popular nowadays. Does Wes believe that the moon landing was fake? Wes is confused about the moon landing theory because he believes it never happened because the moon is still in the sky, so how could the moon have landed?
Stop!
Thank you, Worm. Thank you, Worm, for this. Yeah, that's me. All right. Huh? Oh, this person commented that Ball Pit's dead. That was someone I communicated with on another shitpost. I hope they don't think I was actually upset with them about that post, but it's okay. We take Rhyme and Reason asks here. Oh, that was about something else. Don't worry about that. I love Mac so much, and I love their name in particular. Macintosh is both a computer and an apple. They're a robot associated with a fruit. It's perfect, and they're perfect. Well, Mac thinks you're perfect. A spectral witch. Spectral witch. Spooks Fall vibes. Oops, should not click on your blog. I apologize. Merry whatever time it is. Oh, that's not even an ask about Rhyme and Reason.
But it's Hanukkah, by the way.
Happy Hanukkah! Spooks Fall vibes from two Jewish people. I'm so sorry, but for a second I thought the static was looking Wes's head in that image. Oh. Where was that? Oh my gosh. I can't scroll too much. I'll find it later. I understand what they meant by this.
Fear of God 420.
Fear of God.
You don't follow them? watching your mouse tremble is so funny.
Okay. Is this about Rhyme?
Maybe.
I don't remember who this was for. I feel so sorry.
Or is this about Bloodwood?
I don't think so. This was before I actually wrote Bloodwood. Oh, once again, I'll say, if you like Rhyme, if you like any of the problematic characters, I do not mind, as long as you're not advocating for what they do or saying that it's okay or trying to justify what they do. I'm completely fine with that. Consuming media normally is important. Tumblr has kind of tainted that. I will not get on you guys for enjoying some of the dynamics I've written about. Okay, so read through the entirety of Rhyme and Reason tags, and I swear I love Mac and Lottie so much. They're wholesome and precious, and I protect them with my life. They do go through a lot, but yes, they are, from the outsider's perspective, a nice couple.
Tubers are root vegetables.
Tubers are root vegetables. Why does Rhyme look like a scarf? These are very specific questions. I'll just have to go through. Twitchy Glitchy asks, what's a tuber? Wouldn't you like to know?
We just... answer before the question.
Once again, asking for a rhyme stem board. Oh my gosh, I know this user. I feel so bad because they asked for a rhyme stem board multiple occasions. I don't know if anybody was in the server when the Great River Apocalypse of 2021 occurred, where River added everybody to ask them to not send me multiple stemboard links because I had talked to the Kuehl. I said, this person has asked for a lot of rhyme stemboards, and I think River took that as like, oh, I should probably let them know. You don't want to do them? No, River is one of the sweetest people you will ever meet, and one of the most understanding people you'll ever meet. River meant well. River is just a little aggressive with how he types. He added the over 100 users, and I had to turn the chat on slow-mo, like extreme slow mode, because people kept coming in asking what was going on, and I was like, I'm sorry, it was about like a stem board. I love doing stem boards. I adore doing stem boards. Please do not feel bad for asking multiple times for a stem board. It just helps me remember sometimes. But it was a big miscommunication, big explosion of an but we're okay. Everything's fine. Okay.
What if I at everyone right now on the channel?
I will kill you.
I won't, but what if? Just kidding, unless.
I will probably cry if you do that to me.
Okay, then I won't.
Okay.
Unless...
No, you won't. You will not. You will not, because I know for a fact that we're going to talk in the Kuehl chat after this, and you will have to deal with me ranting about how angry I am about you adding everybody in our chat. Theory, Wes's eye is the artifact. Why don't you think about that for a bit, everybody? Consider it. I'm just kidding.
Why are you doing this?
I don't know.
I was about to say, like, why are you going to mislead them like that?
I don't know. Okay.
Like, I'm not going to talk about anything in particular, but a couple of them already have some are already misled by other things. We don't need to add more things into the fire.
Yeah, I feel bad. I try my best to communicate with you guys in a way that makes sense. It doesn't always make sense, because I'm not the best at making sense. Alright. What?
You're just so calm saying that.
Okay, yeah. Ow! Did you hear my bones click?
Did.
That's crazy. I'm scared. I don't want to click this.
Maybe don't click it for now. Don't click it.
Okay,
Don't click
I'm not
it.
gonna
I
click
don't
it.
know
I'm
what
not
it
gonna
is.
click it. Okay, 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 okay. You're okay. I don't even know if these are about rhyme and reason. How many times can I say okay in a sequence? You guys will find out. Okay, this was when I reblogged Cat Person West, which was fan art somebody did. The person edited my comic panels, and people reblogged it excitedly, believing that I had drawn Catboy West, and this was canon. It's not canon. Catboy West is not canon. Please do not think Catboy West is canon. You can draw Catboy West all you want. You can draw Catboy Mac all you want. Not Catboy Mac. I guess be Cat Person Mac. You can draw cat people of all my characters all you want. As long as it's clear that I didn't do it. Has Mac ever needed repairs that they couldn't personally perform on themselves? Who from the crew would step up to the plate and actually do them? Mac.
Static. And he would try.
Snack.
Anything hardware based, he could probably learn how to do. Remember, he was alive up up until maybe the 60s. Yeah, 1961. There wasn't a lot to do back then, so if you had a car, you knew how to fix it. Um, Software wise, he wouldn't even try. He was enamored when he found out that computers have solitaire on them. So he would not be the one to fix them software wise. But
Yeah.
has it ever happened? That's a you question.
Mac has a panel in the back of their head that they would need help with. If they needed a repair, I believe they would go to static. Personally, probably would get zapped a little bit, but that's nice for robots. How are you today? Well, I don't want to read your username. I can't read your username, but I'm doing great today.
Yeah, I'm Neko 9.
Why would you say these things? Okay. Don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's funny.
Mac needs therapy. Yes, Mac needs therapy. Rhyme is a feral rabbit. Yes, Rhyme is a feral rabbit.
Do you think they meant robot?
No. Do any of the rhyme reasons? Oh wait. Oh shoot. You asked this before. I forgot too. I forgot to answer
I think
it too.
we're both bad at this. Oh, we have a question from the chat right now. What hairstyle would Wes have if he could grow hair?
Oh, here's some fun lore. Ice Cube heads and other characters that are object heads that have anything cold on their head will sometimes stylize their head by putting it into water and freezing it into shapes that look similar to hair. Wes just never did that because Wes never had any friends to learn that from. So Wes would usually just put his hood over his head and then pull the strings down real tight. The hairstyle that Wes would get if you did sit Wes down and ask if Wes would like to do this with you would be probably a little bit of ice forming that would look like bangs in front of his eye or over his eye and short hair.
Also, Cloud Strife's haircut.
No.
That's a lie. Don't... But it would be funny if it wasn't true.
Someone asked, there are archive blog, would you put Bloodwood in the mulch chipper, please? Bloodwood is the pastor from Wes's church that is a very bad person. Let me find that.
Fuck.
Here's Bloodwood. I would put Bloodwood in the mulch.
Wait, am I allowed to swear on here?
Yeah.
I just said the F word. F word. No, not that one. F word. Really loudly.
Oh my god. Yes, you're allowed to swear. I think I've sweared on the stream, haven't I?
I think I did too, but it's just because I said it.
Oh my god.
After I yawned, I wasn't sure. I think Wes would be bald, TM. Thank you, username Ketamine Pop Tarts. I'm sorry, that's such a good username.
Have the people who made Rhyme ever tried to make another one of whatever he is? No. Rhyme served his purpose, and then Rhyme was put to sleep. I feel like there hasn't been enough love for Lottie, so do you have any non-spoiler fun facts about Lottie you haven't shared yet? Ooh. Okay, I think about Lottie a lot, actually. But I don't know if there's anything that I haven't shared. Fun fact about Lottie, not really about the character, but more about me, is that Lottie is the character I relate to the most because he represents coming to terms with everything and trying to move on and not holding on to the past and being in a depressive state during, so I'm okay. It's just I did go through that while I was creating Lottie. Let me think. What else is... Lottie is very bad at Dance Dance Revolution. Lottie cannot stand for long periods of time because the paws on the bottom of his feet get sore very easily.
Yeah, he has paws, by the way. That's weird.
Lottie has paws. You... okay. Lottie and Mac do a lot of fun experiments together when the others are not in the house. So it's very common for some of the other roommates to come into the house and see Lottie and Mac like mixing something odd into a bowl or watching a YouTube video tutorial on how to do a craft, and you'll find them both on the floor. Sometimes Mac will be asleep already because they couldn't figure out how to do it and then just passed out. I don't think I shared this publicly either. Don't use me as an example because I guess it's okay because I'm trans and Lottie's trans. Lottie's dead name is Shally. The reason for this is because Lottie is a pun on shallots. So together, this makes shallots. I think I shared another fun fact about Lottie at some point. I just cannot remember for the life of me what it was. If you join our Discord server, you'll find me talking a lot about the characters. You'll get some fun tidbits every now and then while we're writing everything.
Chat was upset about the fact that you said, "What do you mean Rhyme was put to sleep?" And I'm obsessed with Soul's answer that said he was given horse tranquilizer.
Rhyme was given horse tranquilizer.
Ketamine.
If you would like to know more about what happened to Rhyme, our recent post here has a puzzle hidden in it for you guys. You'll get some secrets out of it. Let's see here. Do you plan on making a redemption arc for Rhyme? Okay, this one is a loaded one, and I don't want to spoil too much. But I will say, when I first created Rhyme was intended not to have a redemption arc because I was dealing with somebody who was not too good, and I didn't want to think about them ever being a good person in my mind. But as I started healing from that, I realized that the people who hurt me are still people, and what Rhyme was originally meant to represent was a person, despite what he's done. Rhyme will not be getting a redemption arc, but Rhyme will be written in the same way that has him healing the same way as the other characters. No characters here will be getting a redemption arc because in real life people don't get redemption arcs. They simply learn how to grow from the person that they once were, or every situation they had to deal with to become the person that they didn't want to be, and how they grow out of it. So, let's see. The funny characters... Oh, this isn't even an ask. Okay, someone...
Wait, where are you reading?
I'm reading our... I don't have it up on screen right now, but I'm reading some of the inbox questions we got after we started stream.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. I guess I could just... Oh, is Team Reason actually going to meet Wes's partners, Samson, I think that's what their name was, and Red, at any point in the comic? I do not have that planned, but you'd have to ask the owners of the characters. Sorry, excuse me. The owners of the characters are my partner Bubby and my partner River. River is at Makodraken on Makodraken Art on Tumblr. River does not like being spoken to. I apologize, River. Now do not go to River. I just outed River's Tumblr. Do not go to River. Go to Bubby. Bubby is at.
Why'd you do that? Like you said it, and I didn't stop you because I thought you would stop, but you didn't.
I didn't. I'm sorry, River. I love you. Go to Bubby's. Bubby's is shitlord. That's lowercase SHTL0RD on Tumblr. Do not go to River. Do not go to River. River will bite you. River is a rabid animal. Okay. Anonymous asks. Oh, I already read that one. Okay. I think we read most of these already. And I think we're pretty much done with the Q&A for that portion. Thank you so much, everybody who asked a question. We really love your support. It means a lot to us. It keeps us motivated to continue writing. I think I said this on a stream before. If we didn't have you guys reacting and watching our content and saying that it's actively helping you, I probably would be posting less of it and posting it more privately to my friend groups. But as much as people have said Rhyme and Reason helps them heal, it has also been helping me heal. I told this to Lark. Writing out the characters, interacting and recovering from the situations that they were based on in my life has put me in a much better place than before I had sat down and actually thought about all these things that I have to deal with. Okay, and that will end our Q&A portion. I would now like to go over this. People have asked what this is. People have actually theorized that Mac and Rhyme have had a child. That is not what... I will cut that one there. That's not what happened. They did not have a child. This is not their child. That's all I'll say on him. A lot of people have been drawn in to what that little guy is. He actually showed up again in this right here. For people who weren't here for Mealsmith, I'm personally not a big fan of Thanksgiving because of the racist background, so I advertised native businesses and made my own little side holiday for us to celebrate in the Juice Box, which is our Discord server. You'll see more of him. This is not the end of him. Do not worry. People have said they like my text messages too, which I'm happy. I really enjoy making these, by the way. Like, these are a quick and easy way for me to get content and character interactions out. And, while I'll admit it's a little lazier, it helps me a lot to get my thoughts organized. Okay, can we talk about this?
This is like, oh, this is so good. So we talked about, can I introduce what the hell this is about at all?
Yes.
Okay, so I think we already talked about this in the minor Q&A on Discord. Join the juice box and maybe you can be part of those if we do them again. Yeah. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna say when. I'm gonna say if. But we were watching a YouTuber read through a paperback copy of a Jeff the Killer fanfiction, and I was absolutely appalled because I did not grow up with knowing anything about creepypasta with the exception of like Slenderman existing, because I mean everyone knew Slenderman, and so I didn't really understand as a concept that like there was a fandom behind it. Like I was aware Jeff the Killer was like a picture, and so was like the Smile Dog and all stuff like that. But like I was not aware anything else existed, or much less that there were teenage girls writing fan fiction about it. And so we sat there, we watched it, and I was like, the way this person writes, first of all, I feel like they're 12 years old. Secondly, it sounds like something Rhyme would write about.
Yeah, I said that it sounds very much like a parasocial fan fiction that Rhyme would write with him as the main character, and like every other member of Team Reason arguing over him like an anime protagonist in a harem.
It was insane. I don't know. Yes, there's a paper to the person that said paperback. Yes,
Yes.
someone published. Someone physically published their Jeff the Killer fan fiction.
If you guys, I don't know if you did you name drop the name of the fan fiction yet?
It's called Insanity.
It's called Insanity. If you would like to look up the reading of Insanity, there is a YouTube user. I do not remember their name, but they did read it, and we watched their video. And it is what inspired this. I kind of want to go over it. This is Rhyme's drawings. Static says, Wes, I'm sorry it has to be like this, but I'm going to have to kill you now. Wes says, oh gee, gosh darn it. Static says, every day I think about Rhyme and how he is cooler than you and more attractive, and also God or whatever said I should love him. And Wes said, Static, I understand why you would like Rhyme more than us all, and how he's more cute than us and more loved. You did always love him and stuff. It's true. It's true love, and we will never give you what Rhyme did. Oh my god. I wrote this so badly that I can't even read what I wrote. Okay. Static says, I'm killing Mac first, and Mac says, little old me, but Static, please don't stab me in my operative control chassis. I'm the cutest and the most good at lying robot you've ever dated. And Static, with a six-pack, stabs Mac through the chest with a knife and says, die. Mac screams. And then the next panel, Rhyme didn't know what to put in that space, so just, I guess, drew Static stabbing Lottie much more gently and lovingly. Like, this panel looks personally to me so much more violent than this one, and it makes me laugh a lot. Static says, you died too just because I hate you. And then Static says, even though Mac, you always still loved Rhyme and wanted to date him again, you can't just be a slut. God told me on my cellular device that you are a bitch. I killed Wes and birthdays in my basement. Rhyme, now it is time for us to be in love. Now take my God.
That's my favorite picture of Static right there. It's... the little anime eye.
Now take my God tea, it turns you into an organic. And then we see Rhyme's beautiful DeviantArt Sona saying, now I am part dog, part robot, just like God wanted. I love you, Static. Static says, I love you too, Rhyme. And then Rhyme says, I'm glad you always hated Wes and Lottie and birthday especially. And Static has his six-pack again. He says, you will never be alone again. And Rhyme says, I'm going to transform because my love for you is so strong. And then we see the transformation sequence, which is Rhyme dropping a big thing of glitter onto his paper because he did not take into account that the lid was unscrewed. But it's okay. He says, all transformation sequences have a lot of glitter. And then he screams, and then birthday died. How does it feel? And he eats the paper, and he hears something, and he says, hello? And he turns. Before we end the stream, I would also like to go through the sequence of the text messages in case anybody just didn't want to read about the text messages, or just didn't have the time, or has visual text processing issues. I know, let's see. Where was my first text message conversation? I don't actually want to read through all of them, but like, I can give a summary of them. In this one, Lottie is talking to Mac about how Mac has problems with confusing friendship love for actual romantic love. And they end their conversation with Mac sort of saying that they would prefer to have a relationship that's more friend-based, but still a relationship. People have said that this makes Mac Arrow, which is true. Mac is Arrow spec. Here's Mac talking with Wes. I guess we could read these conversations, but we'd have to click them both individually, I think, because Tumblr won't let us, like...
Slide it.
I don't...
No, the resolution is shot.
It's bad. Well, Mac talks to Wes about, how Wes should find a better church if the church is homophobic. And Wes says, I cannot leave the church. And Mac asks why, and Wes says, I just can't. In this conversation, Birthday goes on about a story on how she embarrassed herself because Mac is self-conscious about how they had an outage and passed out on Birthday's floor thinking that it was their room. Birthday tells Mac that it's okay and that everybody has embarrassing moments and that it doesn't make you any less, or those embarrassing moments are not separate from you, which is why you should still love them. This is Mac talking to Static. Static expresses his worry for Wes because Mac was worried as well. Mac has been going to every single one of their housemates, asking how they would feel about a polyamorous relationship. Vaguely, just asking in general how they feel about polyamory. You get an answer from each character. This is part of the main comic. If you'd like to read the main comic, I won't spoil it for you. In this text conversation between Static and Wes, Wes contacts Static in a panic, saying that Father Bloodwood has apparently said that Wes is going to hell because Wes asked about if it was bad to have feelings for people other than women. Father Bloodwood told Wes that he was confused on why Wes would choose to feel this way, and Wes was stressed about it, so contacted Static. Static was a past preacher and told Wes that it's not a sin and that he never considered it a sin when he was an actual priest, pastor, etc., and tried to calm Wes down. So he said, Wes, I'm going to come meet you halfway because you sound like you're stressed and I don't want you to walk home alone because Wes is afraid of the dark and it's evening. Static contacts Birthday just so Birthday knows, and Birthday says that she's going to run there without shoes on because she wants to make sure Wes is safe. She says she's going to beat up Father Bloodwood violently, and Static says, please do not do that. Wes asked us not to harm Father Bloodwood, and tells Wes, don't worry, Birthday's coming too. Birthday will not be bringing her knife, which the last conversation ends with Birthday messaging Wes only in caps saying, I'm bringing my knife, and Wes responding with what? Or why? And then it leads to this. Someone has pointed out that Birthday's backstory is how she met Rhyme and everything was she was walking home with groceries and she was jumped by some criminals, and she wasn't able to defend herself fully, but she was able to use the entity that lives in her chest to defend herself to the best of her ability. Then she was approached by Rhyme later in her windowsill, and Rhyme asked her, would you like me to go kill those people that hurt you? And that's a very, very extreme thing to ask somebody, especially after what they've been through. So Birthday said, please do not kill them, because she didn't want anyone's blood on her hands. But the next morning, the people that hurt her, their faces were on the news. And, did our stream cut? Hold on.
Did it? It did. No, it didn't.
It didn't?
We're live.
Are we still live?
We're live.
Okay. Oh, I just paused it. Yeah, their faces were on the news, and Birthday was stressed about that. And she considers Rhyme a murderer. So in response, she hunted Rhyme down and broke him. Her reasoning being, Rhyme was a murderer who killed because, even though she asked him not to. We'll get more into this later, because Birthday did not consider Rhyme a person, and if you would ask her why she killed Rhyme, Rhyme has regenerative properties. Rhyme came back, but if you were to ask her why she killed Rhyme, she would say that it was because he was a robot, so technically she didn't kill anyone. You can see how this would probably raise some conflict in the house, especially when Macintosh is a robot. This was reflective of that situation, because Birthday realized that she was acting a lot like Rhyme. And a lot of the people in our chat, I like to watch you guys theorize and talk about how Birthday's in the right. But when I posted this, there was a lot of people who were silent, I noticed, because nobody actually pieced together that what Birthday was doing was not good because everybody knows Wes. Everybody knows this is a fictional situation. Everybody hates Father Bloodwood. Father Bloodwood's an awful person. So everybody was completely fine with if Birthday was going to go beat this man up out of nowhere. That would not have been good, though. And Wes asked her not to. So if Birthday had gone on and hurt Father Bloodwood without Wes's permission, Birthday would have been just as bad as Rhyme. You'll see a lot of those themes in this story because this story, as I said many times before, it touches on gray areas with how people act when they're in a stressful situation and how they're held accountable for their actions. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover. That was the whole text conversation.
Ronan asks, does Rhyme like Vriska? Very loaded question.
I think we'll end the stream there, actually. Okay, thanks everyone for joining us. Everybody, anybody who wants to know the answer to that question, Ronan, you're in charge of that now. You have full canon power over answering that question. I passed it on to you.
What?
Only that question, though. Only that question. For anyone who'd like to join our Discord server, I will be posting the link. Hold on.
You didn't let me answer the question. You gave it to my friend.
Okay, and if you'd like to join, it's a 13 and up server.
You're not listening to me. You're just shilling. No. No. Ronan said he kins her.
And we'll be happy to have you there. If you want to follow the Tumblr blog, it's at RAR Archive. That's where we post all of our webcomic updates. RAR-archive. You can follow me on Juice Does Things. If you want to subscribe here, that'd be amazing. We're trying to get our channel monetized. We need to post more content, actually. And
oh my god!
You can follow Lark at Passion in Blue. That's lowercase Passion. I think there's dashes, right? There's dashes. Passion dash in dash blue.
There's no dashes.
Oh, no dashes. Just all Passion in Blue. Thank you for joining us today. I think I've said that already. And we will see you guys in our next content, or whatever more